The old soldier suddenly unbuttoned his shirt, revealing a cross medal on his chest. The officer's face instantly changed. This old man turned out to be an enemy from the Tsarist Russia days. Trying to stay calm, the officer quietly picked up the phone to call for backup, but Ivan smashed the phone line with an axe. The officer quickly stood up and drew his rifle, but Ivan knocked him to the ground with a punch. The guard nearby tried to rush out to call for help, but the old soldier shouted to stop him and warned him to stay where he was. For injuring the officer at the recruitment office, the old soldier was forced to shave his beard, disguise himself, and ride his white horse to the next recruitment point. He then boarded a train, bidding farewell to the horse that had been with him for years, determined to defend his homeland. After the train reached its destination, Ivan arrived at the recruitment center and claimed to be a cook who had lost his luggage, along with his weapon and ID. The officer instantly saw through the lie. How could a 60-year-old man still be fighting on the front lines? But with manpower running low, he had no choice but to let Ivan board the train. In the carriage, Ivan joked and laughed with the other soldiers. No one suspected a thing. But late at night, an old soldier quietly approached him and told him that the conditions at the front were extremely harsh, with the average survival time for a soldier less than 4 hours, which was tantamount to suicide. Then he pulled out a surrender letter, inviting Ivan to defect with him. Ivan ignored the offer, burned the letter, and warned the man not to bother him again. But to his surprise, the man pulled out Ivan's cross medal. Only then did Ivan realize his identity had been exposed. Killing intent flashed across his mind. He kicked the man off the moving train. The screams startled the whole carriage. Ivan had already thought it through. He told the others that the man had jumped off the train and fled. The platoon leader turned pale with fear. At that time in the Soviet Union, even one deserter meant punishment for the entire unit. The only way to avoid it was for Ivan to replace the missing soldier and proceed to the front. Upon arrival, Ivan went to apply for a new soldier's ID. On the way, he unexpectedly ran into his long-lost comrade, the commanding officer. The officer recognized him instantly. They had once fought side by side in the 17th Regiment of Imperial Russia. Hearing that Ivan was heading to the front, the officer tried to stop him. But Ivan simply raised his axe and said, "When the country is in trouble, the people must rise." Seeing his determination, the commander reluctantly assigned him to the logistics unit. And so, Ivan arrived at the front. One day, while delivering supplies, he was spotted by a German fighter plane. In the face of danger, he pushed an old woman out of harm's way and drove the wagon alone to draw enemy fire. Under the hail of bullets, he miraculously escaped. Staring at the destroyed supplies scattered across the ground, a deep frustration grew in his heart. The axe meant to kill enemies was now just a tool for chopping firewood. But soon after, an unexpected event would make Ivan a legend.